From your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on now, let's go. Ready? 54. Mike 54. Hey, 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 hey. Oh!
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
To throw is Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
And 12 at the Steelers' 36-yard line.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Jackson from the shotgun. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. On first down, Swift. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch that in, tight end right.
Off the play fake. Howell. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Back to throw. Howell, man open, that's Calvin Ridley. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, you got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun. He finds his man Johnson. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is, finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
They'll run on first down. Swift, and able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 10-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check safety.
General West.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Hey, Delta.
Operating from the gun. Howell got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Eric Ebron with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Come to my work. 54's Mike.
Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
That's it. That's it. Big hit.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Ready up.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice and meetings talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Pilot, 64, weak. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Get it.
On 1st down, Swift. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Silver, silver.
They'll try the left side. Swift. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that. Run.
I know you
Complete
feel
to Deontay Johnson. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
Ready,
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Ready.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Smooth. I'm coming. Hit it.
From the gun, Powell. Got an open man, it's Washington. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say,
and a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now it's Jackson, and this is incomplete. Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Under 10, 10.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off. Right there.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post.
Oh, it's intercepted. He's trying to give it to Ridley. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him in, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. First connection there of the afternoon for those 2, and it's good for a 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 41. Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Ready. Go to base. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Man, let's get some penetration. Let's get some penetration.
This time, Jackson will throw it. Open man is Higgins. Call that a very strong gain of 24. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
I smell fear in that offense.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 3rd and goal, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker with the extra point, and this is back to a 5-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up.
Pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd.
Tight end right. Alert. 3 down. Kill. He's coming. We got jump.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. This is Johnson. He's got it. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. As the first half is winding down, and the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for two.
Quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
A toss running left. Swift. And this play is not going to work. He's out of bounds, well shy of the goal line, and the try for two, unsuccessful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Got it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first and 10, Powell. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yards. After the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Set, ready? 10 Lobo.
4 down. Check.
Defense.
Second and 6. This will be caught inside the 10. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play.
Check back, check back.
22 jump bomb, 5.
Going with a big fullback. Wow. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Derek Watt, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at that.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Ready, ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
48 Mike.
Go.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 48.
Ready, ready.
On first down, Howard. Ebron caught left side. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. For the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Come on. You better bring it. 48.
From the gun on 3rd down. Howell. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
at their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Jackson operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right, throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now Jackson on first down, escaping the pressure right. This pass complete to Higgins, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The end result, 21 yards. Jackson will throw again, and he fires one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. He's at the 30, the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good, and they're in control now, 35-7.
Steelers 35, Ravens 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Always got some breathing room. to the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 97 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point now by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Next the score, Steelers 42, Ravens 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They run again with Hunt. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12. Jackson flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
They'll run on first down. Hunt, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
They'll run again with Hunt. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Ravens on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the two...
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that will extend this big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They did a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, it's Hunt, and he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Let's get it.
Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Let's go.
So another score there. And often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Hunt. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch.